Good morning, welcome back. Today we are going to do a real quick once over on my old Gibson 135 ES. It is no longer mine. If you guys watched my previous videos, this went to our worship pastor. He's also our lead singer at church, and so anyways, he did a couple things to make it his own. He put the locking strap locks on it and his little pick holder. Normally I would never do that to a guitar, but when you are a player and you're constantly on stage and using a guitar, I guess that makes a lot of sense. Because if you drop your pick or tip of it chips off or something, you have a backup supply right there in quick reach. So anyways, the reason it's here, he changed the strings on it a week ago, and he called me and said that it wasn't sounding right. Well, when he changed the strings, he thought that the pickups were loose, so he had tightened them down until they stopped, and then the bridge was on backwards, so the strings weren't fitting in the slots. So I got that straightened out, and also on the strings, I always, if you go back and watch my videos, when I string it up, I don't know if you can see how that is bear hugged. So when you run the string through the eyelet, I'll grab it here and then I'll push it back and give myself that much extra. And then I take the string and go from the outside in and over and then bend it up. And then when you wind it, it bear hugs it and locks it in. So it's like having a locking tuner. So I did that for him while I was there. He had just started it, so they were a little kinked, but I don't think that they'll break, because I had to pull them out, and you know, once you wind them, it kind of bends the string, and wasn't real happy about that, but it went ahead and did it anyhow without breaking. So luckily those didn't break. So basically what we're going to do today is, obviously I'm gonna wipe it off, but I'm also going to adjust the pickups a little more to get some more sound out of it. So that's what we're going to do now. He had polished it when he did the strings, so I was basically going by a dust line on the pickup cover, and since he had them screwed down in and he'd polished it, he wiped any dust off where the true line was on the body, so I had to take kind of a guess. But anyways, that's what we're going to do. We're going to try to adjust these up a smidge more, get them closer to the strings, because the guitar is still on the quiet side, he said. And then I asked him if it was more of a low E or high E that sounded quieter, and he said he really didn't pay that much attention. So we'll just get them fairly close, and then I can adjust the pull pieces out just a smidget too. So these are not P90s, these are the P100s. So it's a stacked humbucker. It's a double coil, just like a regular humbucker, but stacked. And the other difference between a P100 and a regular humbucker is, I can never remember this, one is in series and one is parallel. So I can't remember how these are wired, but again, these ones are stacked and a humbucker is side by side, and one is series and one is parallel. For some reason I can never remember which one is which, so we'll just leave it at that. I think I can come up a little more here on this bridge pickup. I don't want to get them too high though, because when he starts banging on it, I don't want the strings to hit. It's looking a lot better. At least the neck one looks really good. think I will leave the pull pieces alone for now, and I'll just take my flathead screwdriver with me, and if he thinks that any of them are a little too quiet, I'll teach him how to adjust the pull pieces up and down a little bit. We may need to screw the pickups in again, I'm not sure, but if you take a look at it there, I got it pretty close to the strings there on the neck. You can see it's not quite even with the fretboard. The fretboard still sticks up above it just a little bit. And then down here you can see the bridge pickup. It's much closer now. So hopefully that that little adjustment right there will help them out. I wish I knew how these things come. Oh, there we go. Never had a locking strap lock like that before. It's interesting. Just stuff it in here. Stick that in here too. All right, so I guess that's all I'm gonna do to it for now, other than I'm gonna wipe it off. But yeah, so if you guys have P90s or P100s, they adjust the same way. You have two screws here that will screw it up and down, and then all these flathead ones are the actual pull pieces for each string. So if you're wondering how to adjust a P90 or P100, that's how you do it. The two Phillips screws adjust it up and down, and then all the flathead screws are for your pull pieces for the strings. So thought it was going to take a little longer than that. It didn't. So if you guys want to tap out, go ahead and do that now, because all I'm going to do is wipe this off and stick it back in the case. And then we're going to do another video, because I have some trades that are happening right now, and some more guitars that are on the way. So I don't want to give that away. We'll just start another video for that. But I wanted to just do a real quick video on this, so if anybody was wondering how to adjust a P90 or a P100, that is how you do it. Pretty simple, especially compared to a humbucker. A humbucker can be confusing if you don't know what you're doing. You can start loosening the screws that actually hold the thing onto the guitar. And they have a screw on each side. Those are the only two that you need to touch on a humbucker. As a matter of fact, I can show you right here. So on a humbucker, you only want to touch these two screws for adjustment, left to right, up and down. And then, of course, these ones here with the flatheads, you can adjust those in and out. And those were done by Lay's Guitar down in Akron. I had this set up down there. I also had the original pickups put back in it and stuff. That's why they did the setup and everything on it. My dad seems to think that I do pretty good at setups, but I just do it all by eye, looking at the strings on how close they are to the fretboard and the arch of them. And I don't have any special tools or nothing like that to set it up, so I just do it by eye, get it as close as I can, and I figure most of the people that end up with the guitars that I have are going to want to set it up their way anyhow, so I don't invest way too much time into trying to set them up. I just get them as close as possible and let them fly. I haven't had any complaints yet. Nobody's gave me negative feedback or complained and said that the setups were garbage or anything like that. So obviously I'm doing something right. All right. I'm gonna hit the back of it real quick and then we're all done. It's really nice to see this guitar a couple times a week, because this was actually my favorite guitar in my collection so far. I really like this one. It's simple, but yet it's very classic and elegant. And the sound this makes is just incredible. Some people don't like the P90 or the P100s, and that's because they think it's a P90. So when they plug it in and they start ripping on it, they're not getting what they're expecting out of it. Because the P100s have a much darker sound than a P90, and they don't have the hum either. That was another reason for the P100, was to get rid of the hum of the P90. And back then, when they were transversing from the P90 to a humbucker, they didn't have this style yet. So they just stacked them and used P90 bobbin. 2 of them actually, and then stacked them and then put the same cover over top of it. So, all right, so there we go. Worship pastor is actually out on vacation, but one of the other guitar players will be there tonight for rehearsals, and he will actually be playing my 1960. I don't know if you noticed that's missing. So I lent that out for one of our band members to play. So I will take this in tonight and have him test it, and if it needs a little more adjusting, I'll do it tonight there at the church. That needs tightened up a little bit. All right, so there we go. This is a 1996 Gibson ES-135 with the P100s in it, and it's just absolutely beautiful. He's already got some of his own wear on it so far. Notice some scratches here. It's got some belly wear there, a little more arm wear here, and right here. So it's starting to get broke in. This is a player that gets used. It's really good to see it too. You can even tell right here where he's used it quite a bit, mostly down in here. Starting to get the dull look to it, and the more he uses it, the faster this neck is going to get, because it will dull out and it won't be so sticky. So in time, this thing will actually play better than a brand new one. All right, well, that's that. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned. We're about to do another video because we got some more guitars coming, going, and trading. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time.